The views, takes and opinions expressed on this show are of the host's own and do not represent the views, takes and opinions of the main event mark, PWPH Wrestling Network and its affiliates. Material and sources mentioned in this episode is for general and commentary purposes only. This episode might include strong language and may not be suitable for children. Listener discretion is advised. Stay safe and stay wrestle everyone. Welcome to the main event mark.
Yo, check. Ayan, welcome to your Unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast. This has been the Main Event Mark Podcast. So, today, here on the pod, we are going to do an episode, of course. Wala tayong short episode this week. So, long lang muna ito. Itong gagawin natin just for this week's episode of the podcast. Pero parang, ewan ko, let's talk about a few things here before we officially start this episode. Alam mo yung gusto kong itackle dito? Because, oh my God, there are some people who feels they are better than yours truly. These people feels that they are the main guy who is running the gauntlet here in this business. Some people might disagree with my opinions, with my beliefs, in my takes, in my vision of pro wrestling, but it doesn't really matter anymore if people will really exist or insist in a smaller matter that they're just going to make me pissed off. Ewan ko, there's something wrong with how things are getting opened up when it comes to these conversations, when it comes to these ideas, when it comes to this social logical bullshit that we're never seen before. I don't know how it feels. I don't know how it went out. Hindi ko alam kung paano natin sabihin to ng maganda, masama, or kung ano mang punto, yun dapat natin pagbigyan. People are just gonna tell you that I know better than this, and you just have to shut the fuck up. People will never tell you that they're better just because of that argument. But it doesn't really matter if you're just opening your own book, thinking about something that you never done before. And marirealize mo na parang wala na rin nangyari. It's just closing yourself out of the room. It doesn't really matter if you are the top of the hour or the man who is owning the gauntlet, but you really have to understand that you have to limit yourself with your actions and your ideas when it comes to your arguments that you wanted to share and to protect to all of us. If you're just gonna insist that you are a sucker on this person or this person, then I will not hesitate to strike, and I'm gonna beat the living hell out of you. There's no reason why you guys are fucked up. Hindi mo rin alam. There might be some consequences in your actions. Kaya ito lang ang pakiusap lang. Hindi porkit hindi ako nagko-cover ng MMA sa podcast ko, used to be, dudungan nyo na ako, no? Hindi lahat ng alam nyo, alam ko. Hindi lahat ng alam ko, alam nyo. So, if you don't have any idea on who is you're dealing with, shut the fuck up. You're nothing to me. These people sometimes never understands how it goes. In life, there's two choices that you have to deal with. If you messed up the first one, you have no choice but to deal the option two, and you're getting fucked. And that's the reality that you have to deal with, thanks to your own mistakes and your own decisions. Before we continue on our tirades here, there's a lot of tirades that I have to share with you guys. We are sending prayers and get well soon wishes to our friend of the pod and our wrestling scene, Super P. Super P got injured on yesterday's Puso Wrestling Women's Month live stream, and the stream abruptly cut because of that accident. And I know wrestling is forever, pero injuries also in wrestling are immediate. Kaya, ayan, get well soon to Super P. I hope you're fine. I hope you will be able to recover. I know that you have done this before, and you will be better than ever, than expected, and you will climb again on the top of Puso Wrestling or Dexcom. And I know, and we know, that you will be able to recover. Masakit ito para sa local scene natin dahil Super P is climbing up again sa rankings ng Puso or ng Dexcom scene. Sobrang sakit nito for fans na nakapanood sa kanya no March 16 sa Brawl Pit. Then few days later, she got injured. Yun. That's very sad. For someone like me who is becoming a fan of her, to be honest, since 23, sobrang sakit. And I hope she is fine. I hope she will be able to recover. And yun lang muna. Super P and Puso Wrestling will provide an update as soon as we are able to get that, and we are going to share that also on our social media platforms. For now, FPW, they announced that they are now officially bids farewell to Gino Quinto as his self-imposed challenge to win the championship or trying comes to an end with an unfortunate conclusion. With one final loss, Mr. Quinto's journey has ended and his retirement is now in effect, while his pursuit of championship glory met a tragic, heartbreaking, and completely unforeseeable outcome. Sorry, nabulol ako dun. FPW continues to move forward, urging a new era of competition and opportunity. And this is such a really interesting story when it comes to Gino Quinto, sa totoo lang. Kasi, alam nyo, Gino Quinto is earning himself that spot when it comes to this opportunity. Pero, naniniwala ako that his run will not end tragically like that. No? I know he will beat Jeff Cobb for the FPW title, and he will become the champion before this year ends. I can assure that. No? News. That's the news that we have for local wrestling. Again, as of recording, regular prices na po yung tickets for Master Clash. It will take place sa Sunday, April 5, so that's next week. If you want to watch wrestling, again, I'm just gonna check the cards, bear with me. Okay, so Master Clash, it will take place next Sunday. Fabi Makisig and Jake De Leon versus Robin Sane and Nigel Suplex San Jose. That should be the main event, with the winners will face Zack Sabre Jr. and El Fantasmo. Dexcon Dakila. So that should be the main event of the card for that show. Again, there's also some matches. Main Max will defend his Puso title against El Catiponero. The Wu Tag titles will be defended. David Ravena and Aaron Liwanag versus the Rock Heads. Sarah, Joey Rosas, Isaiah Valencia, and Ken Cypher will fight in a 4-way. Sansio in action. Jomar Open Challenge will also take place. And Joya versus Chelsea Marie. Tickets are still available over on dexcon.helixpay.ph. And sa FPW, they have a secret show. Hindi ko na i-share yung secret kasi nga secret eh. Walang point na i-share ko yung secret. Go over to FPW social media platforms for more details. Again, this is the Main Event Mark Podcast, the PWPH flagships show. The PWPH nabubulol ako. The PWPH Wrestling Network's flagship show. Ayan. So ba yan? Ayan. Okay. Let's talk about wrestling now. Since there's a lot of things to talk about wrestling, I'm gonna go first to Fightful because there are some news spreading out this past few days about number one is TNA. TNA announced a bunch of releases for the past few days, so I'm just gonna look up for the news that we have here. They have some details on the firings. Just bear with me. Teka lang, mag-join lang ako. Yan. So, ayan, may nakita na tayong news for TNA. Marami tayong pag-uusapan about TNA actually. And we will tackle first this information. So MLPW and TNA is apparently now in a partnership, so that's good. Knowing Scott D'Amore, I don't really think that he will convince himself to work with Fightful or with MLPW, knowing his past din naman, no? Pero let's see what we can do from there. But I'm not gonna discuss that for now. Ang hinahanap ko, teka lang. May hinahanap ako. Just bear with me here just for a few minutes. Hinahanap ko yung first reports they Fightful about the firings. Just bear with me. Gotcha. So Gail Kim, there's a report. TNA President Carlos Silva has sent out emails saying that Gail Kim, Ariel Schneer, I'm not sure if it's correct spelling or pronunciation, then Rob Killigman and Michael Shevchenko are out of the company in a round of firings. I'm not gonna read this long email kasi ang haba nito. It's just mentioned that Rob is departing as the Chief Revenue Officer and in digital. Michael Shevchenko will departing the organization April 30. And also, it was reported that Karen Clevet, Sebastian Dasrange, Romy Glazer, and Rafael Morphy are also leaving the company. Then, David Klenger will be joining as Senior Vice President of Digital next month after working with UFC, NBA, NFL, and Universal. And Hunter Johnson, aka Delicious, I'm not sure if it's correct, is now the head of the TNA Creative. That's a huge news. Kasi we know Gail Kim is leading up the women's division or the Knockouts division over on TNA. And we know how huge this division, especially for the current era of TNA that we have now and this partnership with the WWE. And hindi natin masabi if ano ba yung magiging impact nito kasi di ba naman siya sobrang direct na ramdam. I mean sa talents, oo, ramdam na yung pag-alis niya. Pero yun kasing impact niya with the rest of the talents and also for people who is actually watching the product, ramdam mo na agad. Pero according to the Fightful report, Gail Kim is not obligated to fill a 90-day pause sa parang period bago siya makapag-sign. She could sign any contracts with other companies immediately. That is according to the report of Fightful Select. Also, it was also announced that Mariah May is contracted to AEW until summer of 2025. It was reported first by Fightful that Mariah May is on a contract with AEW until the summer of 2025. They're still trying to confirm if Mariah May is extending her contract with AEW. I agree with some people that if there's a wrestler who got established really well in AEW, that should be Mariah May, and Mariah May on the top of my list because sobrang deserving niya rin eh. Tsaka na-establish ng malala si Mariah May with her own promotion here in AEW, and she established herself up together with Tony Storm. Bonus na lang yung feud nila. Bonus na lang yung feud nila, pero grabe yung naging success ni Mariah May when it comes to this run in AEW. Also, it was announced by Mina Shirakawa, another AEW news. Mina Shirakawa is finishing up with Stardom, and according to our friends over on Tokyo Sports, Mina Shirakawa is heading to AEW as soon as Dynasty 2025. She finished her contract March 31st, and she is joining the company as soon as AEW Dynasty. Also, AEW news, Saraya or Paige, if you know her, she announced on her podcast, The Rule Breakers with Saraya podcast, that she is leaving AEW. It was also reported by E-Weekly. She is departing AEW in good terms, according to Saraya as well. It was announced also by her on her social media. Wala rin naman indications on what's going on. Wala rin namang siyang hit with Tony Khan. Wala rin other information on why she has to leave. Wala rin masyadong information why she has to leave AEW. I am just trying to look for that detail. Bear with me. Wait lang. wait lang. May nakita akong footage. So, yun yung nahanap ko. Si Harley Cameron joined that podcast. Man, she's just amazing. I am listening on that podcast. Tapos, yung kay Harley Cameron agad yun narinig ko. Pucha, I love Harley. Definitely. Sobrang alam mo yun, sobrang kwela niya. And si Saraya ganun din naman. No matter what's happening with Saraya and no matter what will happen on Saraya, this should be one of the biggest moments that we have now, no? Pero I'm just looking again. Saraya mentioned that her announcement that she left the company, it was mutual, but I loved my family in AEW and I had such a blast with girls there. I'll hold a special place on my heart. Tony was great, AEW was great. Naurot na ako sa salita, great. Thanks, Jim. Thanks to Jim Cornette, I am getting frustrated with this word. I feel so lucky to be a part of the family in a couple of years. Here's to 2025. What the fuck I am gonna do with myself until now? That's the message. And Britt Baker also uploaded that information. Appreciation to Saraya. I am just trying to look more. I love this quote by Moxley na I have seen few lights shining as bright as Saraya. Hers is the light of a genuine and beautiful soul. That is from her book. Man, tangina. Alam mo, gago lang si Moxley. Pero tangina yung itong sulat na to ni Moxley dun sa book. That was really good. I wish I can buy this book. So, basahin natin dito sa stream o sa podcast. No, ayan, sorry. Nag-play yung anak ko. But yeah, seriously, I love Saraya. Saraya's run in AEW was a blast. Medyo nabitin pa nga ako. And, ayun nga, if totoo man yung balita that she is coming back to WWE, and I hope we can see more of that. And definitely, we will get more of Saraya. And we will get, definitely, a wrestling Saraya. If she really doesn't want to wrestle anymore. And then Saraya also talked about when your nudes get leaked in there. So she talked about that also. Yes, tinanong niya yun. Ito, nakaka-quote na siya dito sa ex niya. And I appreciate that, sa totoo lang. Saraya is amazing. And yeah, she will get a big blast when it comes to this run in AEW. No, for sure and for sure. And I cannot wait to see more of this. Just bear with me. Again, Helen Boots, the book of Saraya is now available on any platform as soon as you can read that. And also, Maggie Lee left TNA. That's a report also that was shared to us by Fightful. TNA is speculating that TNA Bound for Glory might take place in, I think this was reported at Massachusetts. We could not confirm for now if it's really that. Then we have some report about Mercedes Moné. Weird, but okay. Okay, let's go to Fightful now. And also shout out to our friend Russell Zone. And we're looking also on that news also. Yeah. So Stephanie Baker attended the UFC Fight Night in Mexico. That's a great news actually. In case you missed it, I will talk about this more on the pod. That AEW will announce the Owen Hart tournament bracket. And the winner will face Jon Moxley and Mariah May respectively at All In London. Charlie Dempsey is set to face Shinya Aoki in Joe Burnett's Bloodsport 13. That was made official. Then, ano ba? Hindi ko na itatakal yung Collision. So, Collision is piece of shit. Athena confronted Mercedes Moné on that segment, and then she also made a declaration that she will join the Women's Owen Hart Foundation tournament. The Rock debunked a video sa I think this was on YouTube or TikTok, that The Rock replied to that video. He's claiming that he hates CM Punk. He mentioned that they are good friends, we're solid, and that's a really good thing. Then I will tackle this Mercedes Moné in a later date. And then Mandy Rose Ewan ko, parang it's a little bit petty to me why she's whining that much when it comes to the two belts thing. To the fact that, hindi naman simultaneously yung panalo ni Mandy Rose doon. It's just a unification. In wrestling, unification and take all are different. So, para sa akin, hindi two-time champion si Mercedes Moné. Tama? Ay, si Mandy Rose. Logical naman yun eh. Then we have Pete Dunne to face Timothy Thatcher at Bloodsport 13. It was also announced at AEW Collision. It will be aired on Thursday, April 17, during WrestleMania week. They are really avoiding that WrestleMania buzz for sure. Kasi yung ROH, it was already reported by Fightful that they are avoiding the WrestleMania week, and it will be held on May 2nd, 2025 instead. Ito, isa pang news, wait lang. Mark Nash joined WWE. So he's a ring announcer for Top Rank and ESPN. Mark Shonnock revealed on Thursday that he is joining WWE, and he started on SmackDown this week, and I really love this guy. So I will talk about more of this ring announcer pag nagtackle na tayo ng SmackDown, no? Tackle natin ang mabilis yun. Ano ba? There's a lot of news happened this week, literally. Minoru Suzuki is set to face Yoshihiko for the TDT Universal title at WrestleMania weekend. WWE is reporting planning for all women's PLE in 2025. Ito, isa pa. The India market is now getting WWE on Netflix. Earlier this month, it was announced that Sony Sports Network will no longer acquire the TV rights of the WWE, and the rights will end on the 31st of March 2025. It's now on a transition period. The content will be removed on Sony Live. The first episode of I think this was NXT Raw on that day will be televised on WWE's YouTube channel, blocked specifically for the Indian market. Then we also have the Hardys defending the TNA Tag Team titles against the Nemets at TNA Rebellion. Okay, pwede bang uminom muna ako? Yun. Moose, as announced on the television, Moose will defend the TNA X Division title in an Ultimate X at TNA Rebellion. And then we have Santino Marella. He will announce a groundbreaking announcement for next week's TNA Impact. There's a senior scramble with a combined age of 392 that was added to Joey Janela Spring Break 9. Wow. Tandaan ano ba? We have also some news. Ano pa ba? Bobby Cruz signed a new contract with AEW. This was first reported by Fightful. And then we have also the marriage of Samantha Irvin and Ricochet. We have also Natalia being confirmed that she will face Miyo Yamashita at Bloodsport 13. Man, this is gonna be good for sure. Also, some reports as well. Stevie Turner was named as the new general manager of WWE Evolve. So this was originally mentioned on our podcast post, and also based on her following Ava all throughout, medyo hindi na to sa akin. Hindi na to new thing to say, at least when it comes to this report kay Stevie Turner. And I love it too. She deserves it, but she deserves better. Sa totoo lang. We have more reports. So, Warner Bros. Discovery doesn't care about the internet chatter regarding AEW ratings. This was reported by Adrian Zarian, obviously an AEW sucker. He mentioned that I have been hearing very positive stuff from Warner Bros. Discovery. I brought up the ratings and the internet chatter to them, and they don't care. It doesn't really even resonate. The messaging on the internet is not even resonating. Oh my god. With these people, and they're in key positions there, he mentioned. Sarian revealed that WBD is considering a multi-block or multi-hour block AEW programming. It was announced on that day. Okay, let's continue. We will talk about more wrestling in a couple of minutes. Bear with me as I'm going to do a recap of this show. Sinabi ko na sa Does It Suck natin, previous episode of the pod, that the releases of this content, exclusive content for WWE, that is one of the things that I don't like. And yes, it was confirmed that the Stephanie documentary interview shit is only available for US viewers. How about the Philippine viewers or the rest of the viewers around the world? Diba? Okay, so last report that we have now today on this part. Orlando's Business Journal is reporting that the Greater Orlando Sports Commission has put in a request for an 18 million grant in Tourist Development Tax funds advanced by the Tourist Development Tax Sports Incentive Committee. The TKO Commission, or that commission, would use the money to bid on 4 TKO events. In 2026, either WWE Survivor Series in November or Saturday Night's main event in December at the Kia Center. 2027, a pay-per-view with UFC in August or September at the Kia Center. 2028, Royal Rumble at the Camping World Stadium in February 2028. In 2031, WWE hosting WrestleMania in mid or late April, with Camping World Stadium serving as the main venue, and Kia Stadium will serve also events during WrestleMania week. Jason Stegel, the president and CEO of the Orlando Sports Commission, said that come from nearly 2 years of conversation as the other commissions, such as Indianapolis. Indianapolis hosted Royal Rumble 2025. They will host tonight SummerSlam and WrestleMania. That's the report that we have from Fightful. And then, ano pa ba? Yan, that's it. May report na lang si Fightful that they're considering multi-hour AEW programming during NHL Stanley Cup finals and playoffs. And yes, we also have the report, the natural disaster is set to be inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame, and they're now also inducting matches that Bret the Hitman Hart Bret the Hitman Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin is set to be inducted for the Hall of Fame at WrestleMania 41. So, On the next episode of the pod, since April 5 na nga pala next week, we will do a preview of AEW Dynasty. We will talk about more of that. So, let's talk about wrestling now. Tangin na 33 minutes. That's a first. There's nothing that much when it comes to Raw, no? So, takay lang natin ang contest. John Cena appeared again on Raw this week. And then, holy crap. Ewan ko, pero parang WWE is trying to protect Cody Rhodes here heavily when it comes to the promos, no? They wanted Cena to destroy Cody without letting us know that Cena is getting destroyed by Cody at the same time. And I don't know, but I didn't like it that much. As we know, Cena is heavily already to the villain aspect of his character. And Cody, parang okay. This is the anti-Cena train that we have now, and we might see more of this down the line. And Cena was mocked by Cody, and he decided to walk out, and he will end his match empty-handed. Medyo bitin ako that this promo was a little bit I hope we can see more of this for sure. Pero at this point between that moment at WrestleMania, if I were them, dapat nagsusundukan na sila dito at this point no? Parang ang weird that there's no contacts at all. I am pretty disappointed. Then yung double standard from last week because of that child, that's amazing. He worked that really well. That's why Cena is still one of the greatest of all time, for sure. Then, the Usos, obviously, reuniting. Everyone is expecting Joe Hendry. But, yeah, that's no surprise. And then, they teamed up against Atom Down Under. That's it. I'm not gonna talk about the match. But, ewan ko, yung trip na yun ni Jay, if it's intentional, pero that's odd as fuck. We have a title defense between Lyra Valkyria and Raquel Rodriguez. I love Lyra Valkyria, but this feels flat. The reign of Lyra is getting booked flat, and I don't like it. She is amazing. She is such an amazing wrestler. She has that potential, pero she's getting booked flat so far. And ito na nga yung kay El Grande Americano. These fans are double standards when it comes to this. I know this is such a fictional character. That's why people are trying to take it seriously, or some people are trying to take it seriously. But that was wild as fuck. Yung Gulf of America, though, I didn't like it. But the match between Lyra and Raquel, that was okay. But that was odd. That was stupid, for sure. Pero, yun, parang they're having some odd stuff here this week. Pero there are some inconsistent stuff also that's happening on this show. Adam Pearce came to the ring and talked about the women's title situation, and they made a face-off. So Pearce made some bookings there that Rhea Ripley vs. Io Sky is set for this week's Raw, with the winner will go against Bianca Belair at WrestleMania, and then Bianca Belair is going to be the special referee for that match. And no matter what happens, she's still going to be inserted on the match. Again, the El Grande Americano. Man, I love how ridiculous it is, man. That's amazing. I mean, it's not perfect. but I feel they're trying to punch out some people who is nitpicking this gimmick, and I think it works. And kung paano yung approach nila on this gimmick, I get that. So that's why it works really well on cable and Americano, I mean. That was really good, I think. They did a really good job here for sure. I really love that no surprise, even if it's a goofy thing. Sobrang ganda pa din talaga nung match na nilabasan, and it's amazing to be. Amazing. Really good. I hope that we can see more of Americano. People doesn't want him to. Braun Breaker challenged by Penta for the Intercontinental title, and he lost. CM Punk made a promo that I don't think it makes sense. The match ended obviously Breaker winning by disqualification after that assault by oh my god. Among ko, I have two nitpicks here. I don't like this Braun Breaker theme song. That's definitely his weakest one. But Penta is getting booked really well here for sure. That's amazing, if you ask me. This show is basically getting more misses than the hits that we have now. Let's talk about more wrestling. So SmackDown. Nothing much about wrestling here, but we will talk about few things. The karaoke night, Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton faced off. It's actually amazing that they made this face off on this week's SmackDown. They obviously teased a match between Cody or Cena versus Orton for Backlash St. Louis. And yeah, that was the segment. And then Drew McIntyre mocked both Cody and Randy Orton, and the match was set later tonight. And obviously that was a filler. I hope WWE needs to figure out how these matches will be reduced. I swear, this is such a fucking thing that they're trying to avoid on this programming lately. But that was horrible. Sorry. Di ako komportable sa 3 hours SmackDown ngayon. That's me only. We need to start bullying WWE into starting shows with matches instead of promos. True. Sobrang true. We will talk about Mark Nash in a bit here. But Elton Prince and Kit Wenson, they made a really good job here on this match for sure. And it never ends for sure. It's just unpredictability for this whole thing. No, Profit's amazing for sure, but I think the one who got my praise here is definitely the Deadly, pretty deadly. Then we have Kaden Carter and Katana Chance versus Alba Fire and Piper Niven. That was a pretty basic match for 3 of them or 4 of them basically. But the picture here is mainly focused on Selena Vega challenging for the United States title that's hosted by Chelsea, and she's over as fuck. No, she is over for real. Then Secret Secret Hersive or Hervis. Paano ba? Secret Hervis. Basta, patanga na. LA Knight versus Braun Strowman. The match was basically no contest. Then we have Jacob Fatu attacking all of them in this match. It really makes sense because they are building a 3-way at WrestleMania for sure. Then we saw some announcements that Rey Fenix is set to make his debut on SmackDown next week. Minchin versus Charlotte Flair. I think that was really good. And then Charlotte made her entrance last minute. Charlotte won, obviously, but no surprise. I really wanted to see Chelsea instead, to be honest. Naomi gave her promo this week, and man, I don't know, but why people are still nitpicking Naomi at this point. I think Naomi is such a really good poet when it comes to this promo. I think she's good. She is improving. She is that amazing lately. And I mean, I'm not saying that Naomi is not the best. Naomi is that. But I think it's growing on me that Naomi is such a really good, reliable wrestler. Then, same as mentioned, same as other wrestlers that we have now. Drew McIntyre defeated Randy Orton, and then Jimmy Uso defeated The Miz. Nothing too much about those two matches. Little surprising that Carmelo Hayes was not with The Miz. Then they are duo now. Then final segment obviously was the contract signing between CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, and Roman Reigns. That detail while CM Punk is walking out to the crowd with Damian Priest. That was a really good lol moment for Punk. I mean, this this show is feeling like a fucking mess. Raw and SmackDown are trash this week. I'll just say that. I'll just say that as it is. NXT. Before we move to AEW, NXT is triple header championship matches that we were promised. Stephanie Baker defeated both Fallon Henley and Jada Parker for their respective matches, and that was a really good match, respectively. I really love the Parker more than the other one. I'll talk about the other one in a bit. They are keep teasing Stephanie Baker versus Jordan Grace. That's really good to me. Wait lang. I'm just trying to check this match. So this Tyson the Pond and Tyrek Igwe versus Hank Walker and Tank Legger. The appearance of Motor City Machine Guns here was detailed, and that was really good to me. Then we have Sean Spears interviewed. Ricky Saints was interviewed by Big Joseph, and he mentioned that he is coming for the North American title. And then they made a promo of each other here. That was amazing too. Solid segment. Then we have Lexus King beating Javon Evans for the Heritage Cup by countout. And that's solid to me. Basically on what we're booking. And then meron akong theory dito. If Trick Williams is turning heel, he's the one should be booking the stable, the Dark State. Or if it's not, it should be Evans, Javon Evans, for sure. Then we have also Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson versus Tatum Paxley and Gigi Dolin. Gigi Dolin obviously, they're just getting some momentum for their title match on TNA. And they lost, by the way. That was plot. Then Ethan Page versus Andre Chase. I love that they're trying to revive the Chase U, and that was amazing. But they're trying to slowly build this school again. That's for sure. And then we have also Thea Hale and Riley Osborne. That was solid. That was really good also. And then we have the main event again, Stephanie Baker versus Fallon Henley. Like what I said, I think the better match was the first one with Jada Parker. She's that solid as fuck, and I hope we can see more of her as well. AEW Dynamite. reactions, thoughts. The show was feel flat, for sure. Hindi ako ganong excited when it comes to this whole card. I'm not gonna tackle this by blow in any way. Kenny Omega defeated Blake Christian. I'm not excited on this whole match, sorry. Then, tangina, Ricochet is getting over as heel. Despite of being an obnoxious idiot. Man, he should be the MVP so far. Then we have MJF answering to the challenge for Hurt Business, Hurt Syndicate, and he said no. But not everyone might be in agreement about it. And they're saying no to him. And MJF is wanting to join the stable, but all of the members of the stable said no. That was odd. But we will find out more. We will find out more if MJF is really joining the stable, but obviously he will not join the stable. Kyle Fletcher defeated Brody King. Okay. Then we have Hobbs beating Mark Davis. Nick Wayne and Christian Cage, they're screwing themselves over. Then that John Moxley versus Swerve Strickland promo. That was fine. Pero guys, I swear to God, we need to end this table for sure. We need literally to end this table. Then Konosuke Takeshita beaten by he defeated Mark Briscoe, and then that top flight match they won. Then we have Timeless Tony Storm and Thunder Rosa versus Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne. Megan Bayne is amazing, pero I am still struggled on why is getting this booking. Okay, so I'm just trying to look for the tournament so far, no? They made some announcements for the Owen tournament. Just bear with me. So Mercedes Moné declared for the... Okay. So Athena, Mercedes Moné, Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, Thunder Rosa, they all declared for the women's tournament. Then ano ba? Wala pang details when it comes to that, but it will be announced this week. So the men's side is Jay White, Hangman Page, Will Ospreay. So silang tatlo pa lang yun na-announce, at least for that recording. Yun lang. That's for Dynamite. Dynamite is horrible this week. Not as horrible as what we think previously, but that was horrible shit. Then TNA Impact. I'm not gonna do a blow by blow here, but TNA Impact is really growing on me. I'm not gonna blow by blow this table, but I'll say this: the Masha Slamovich versus Jayne match, that was really good. I swear. I mean, Jayne really shined on that match, but it's really mainly a match that I think it never meant to be a win-win for both of them. But JC versus Masha Slamovich was really good. No Dave Meltzer BS this week because wala pa tayong bagong BS sa kanya this week. But yeah, I think that should be it for now here on this episode of the pod. That was a short pod if you ask me. There's a lot of news that we shared. Pasensya na dahil doon. Pero we will share more in the next couple of weeks Follow the podcast on all of the social media platforms: Facebook, X, Instagram, Twitch, and on TikTok and on Threads at Main Event Mark PW. Please support the PWPH wrestling community on PWPH Select on all of the social media platforms. Kindly also support other shows here on the network, the PWPH Experience, and other shows that we have here in the Philippine wrestling scene. Please support all of that. For now, please support also Master Clash. It will take place April 5, Brawl Pit Bulusan. Tickets are still available. Dexcon.helixpay or tama ba? Dexcon.helixpay.ph. That's for the tickets. And again, my name is Angelo Penera from the Main Event Mark podcast. Stay safe and stay wrestle. See you on the next one for the pod. Bye for now. Sorry.